What up guys, Chillin' Bear here. This video is going to be based on the Ridstar Q20 and everything that it comes with. So yeah, let's just get straight into it then. Also, this bike only goes for $900 on AliExpress and around $1,000 on Amazon. So yeah, great price. So let's get started. So going straight into it, the Ridstar has 4x20 knobby tread tires that are very thin, so I would suggest that you replace them. They're very susceptible to flats and they're very garbage quality overall. I would definitely suggest you replace them. Now, the Ridstar Q20 has dual hydraulic piston brakes, which are not bad at all, but when I first got mine, I was having tons of issues with them and they sound pretty screechy, but overall they're pretty good. Now for the battery, the Ridstar has a lithium ion 48 volt 20 amp hour battery with an expected range of 60 miles with pedal assist mode and 30 miles with throttle only mode. Personally, I don't think that pedaling does anything for you because it just immediately kicks up the motor. So I'd say just in general 30-mile range on this battery right here. Also, it has a key so you can remove it and take it off for added security. Now for the motor, we do have a rear drive 1000 watt nominal and 1500 watt peak drive motor. It's very torquey, very good for hill climbing, pretty good motor for the price. Now when looking at this bike, you're going to notice that mine has a different colorway. That is because I painted it. However, the original bike does come black and white, and I'm going to show you a video of me unboxing the bike and just taking a look at the parts. Here you go. It's a lot bigger than anticipated, but let's just unbox this thing already. It's pretty easy getting that open. So this is what the inside looks like. And you got your brake light on your back. Just your normal comfy seat and a bunch of Fox Cities. So just gonna check this out. Be right to it. This is what we're working with inside of the bag. Yeah, we have here a 3 amp charger, so it'll get your bike charging pretty fast. Got some foot pedals. It looks like some normal cheap foot pedals. Be a manual. I'll have to read this later. And tools for the bike, presumably. Anything missing in it? Nope. Now onto the suspension. The Ridstar has dual suspension with a front hydraulic air fork in the front. And on the rear, it is a standard air fork stock. Mine is actually a spring with a 750-pound weight limit, which you can buy on Amazon for 15 bucks, which I will leave the link to down below in the description. Now coming up here, you will see that my display is cracked, so I will not be showcasing it sadly. However, on the handlebars, we do have a horn, we do have lights. Let me show you the horn. Pretty loud. And as for the lights, I really can't show you right now, but here's a clip. And as for another thing, it does have a half twist throttle along with a 7-speed gear shift Shimano for easier pedaling. And these mirrors were actually added accessories, so they do not come stock on the bike. Also, this phone holder does happen to have a USB charger, which is very clutch. And as for the firmness of this phone holder, I mean, I've never dropped my phone using it, so that's pretty good. Now for the seat, this is like a dirt bike style seat and it can fit 2 people, but one thing you must know about it is because of how high it is, it makes pedaling very uncomfortable, so I wouldn't pedal on this bike at all. And another thing is this bike seat is very stiff, uncomfortable, and if I had to say on a scale of 1 to 10 how good this seat is, I'd say it's maybe a 3. So this bike weighs 68 pounds. It's pretty light for a moped style e-bike. And as for the seat height, I'm 5'7", and I can easily reach the ground while being on this thing. I think you'd only really have issues touching the ground if you're under 5'2". So yeah, even then it shouldn't be that bad of a ride for you. But yeah, I think we just about covered everything. Let's just get straight into riding. We'll do a top speed test and finish up the video with the last review. Let's do this. Alright, so I am currently on pedal assist mode 5, and on pedal assist mode 5 the bike can go up to 32 miles per hour. When going speeds of around 30, the bike feels very stable. I'm recording this with only one hand while holding the camera, so yeah, that's how stable it is. I mean, I don't really feel any issues when I'm riding fast or anything, and I don't actually feel the bumps either on the road, so yeah. So the seat position that you're in while you're riding as well isn't that bad either. The seat, you can feel it once you're hitting high speeds or just hitting bumps on the floor. but for the most part you won't really feel anything, so it's a comfortable ride. Alright, we're just going to be running this thing off-road real quick, see how it performs. One thing I must tell you about this bike's off-road capabilities is that you should at least upgrade the tires first, because the stock ones, even though they are knobby tread, they're still not great for off-roading. So definitely upgrade them if you do intend on taking this thing off-road a lot. But for the most part, it can handle bumps well. And yeah, I mean, I definitely don't feel as comfortable as I am when I'm riding in the streets. But, well, I mean, it's what you would expect while riding off-road. Here's the thing, guys, there's not much hills around me that I can climb so I can go test it out for you, so I can't really test that in this video, but I'm not sure how harsh the bumps can be before this bike can't take it, so just be careful while riding this thing off-road. Now here are my cons on this bike. When I first got this bike, the nut on the back of the axle actually was stripped and it was like bolted onto the motor, so it couldn't come off. I had to go to a tire mechanic and have them pry the bolt off, and after that it messed up my axle, so I did have to do some stuff to fix that. It was a whole process. I couldn't even use my bike for a week after getting it, so yeah, that was a huge issue. Another thing is that the brake pads were actually scrubbing on both rotors the whole time, and it took me adjusting it myself before something actually happened and it stopped doing that. And another thing is just the bike seat. I mean, the bike seat is bad enough to the point where I could probably add it on its cons list. And also, pretty much every single part on this bike is going to be cheap, but it's kind of what you get because you're only paying 900 bucks. So yeah, every part on this bike is cheap. Every single nut or every single little screw on here is either stripped or just completely garbage, and I would replace it if I could. So overall, whether I would recommend this bike, whether it was worth it or not, and if I would buy again, so first of all, yeah, I would recommend this bike. If you are planning on buying a bike and you don't want to spend too much money and you want something powerful, this is definitely one of your best options. There are many other Chinese bikes out there that you can get. You can probably watch reviews on them and go look at them as well, but the Ridstar is a really good option, so if you are interested, you should definitely check it out. If I would buy it again, yeah, I would buy the Ridstar upgraded version, just because of the upgraded range and just because of the dual motors. So yeah, I would probably buy their product again. And as for if I'm satisfied with my purchase or not, I'm pretty satisfied for the most part. I only spent 900 bucks on this thing, and so far it's lasted me about 2 months without major issues. So yeah, I'm pretty satisfied. I don't have a problem. One of my only issues is I can't actually reach customer support and they don't answer their Gmail. I pretty much just about covered everything that I wanted to, so that's gonna be it for today's video. Peace.